the top management of the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs, where there is the political leadership and our Chief of Defense Forces, for close strategic guidance they gave towards the success of this occasion. I want to acknowledge and report that the Defense Organizing Committee exhibited great team spirit, and that's why we are having an orderly function. Last but not least, the population of Greater Masaka, who enthusiastically welcomed us and made us feel at home. We don't take for granted. Wananchi, we are tuli basanyufu nnyo ku lw'essanyu lye mwatulaze. Katonda abongere we mwaze mujewo. For God and my country, aluta continua. The short video is showing a snapshot of what took place. Your Excellency, I beg just for those few minutes to demonstrate what I have been talking about.
Tusaba tutunule ku TV ezo okulaba mu bufunze afande byava okwogera wano.
Tarehe Sita, 6th February, has since 1981 been set aside to celebrate the founding of a people's army. It symbolizes and recognizes all efforts of founding fathers of the People's Revolution for Freedom and Democracy in Uganda as the building blocks of historic mission of socio-economic transformation. Every 6th of February, commencing 1981, the Army and the people of Uganda join hands during the Defense Forces Week to engage in activities and celebrations aimed at cementing the strategic relationship that exists between the population and the defense forces. For years gone by, it has been, and for years and years to come, a culture of remembrance ought to be entrenched to ensure that at no time should the armed personnel forget that their unflankable strategy should be the support of the population. Likewise, for the people to be reminded of their patriotic duty to participate in the defense of their country. The 44th Tarehe Sita Anniversary 2025 is being celebrated in Greater Masaka, Chotera District, Kakuto Constituency, Kasasa Town Council grounds, as we climax the Defense Forces Week. The choice of Greater Masaka is consistent with the consideration made in the 3 previous anniversaries to particularly trace all footprints of the people's struggle for freedom and democracy. This includes the contribution by the FRONASA, the Front for National Salvation, that played a pivotal role in the liberation of the country from the diabolical rule of Idi Amin. Similarly, there is consideration of the great Pan-Africanist solidarity that needs to be celebrated. The role of the people of Tanzania, and particularly the unique contribution of Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, is highlighted forever and ever. It is for this reason that the 44th Tarehe Sita anniversary is celebrated under the theme Celebrating Pan-African Solidarity and the People's Sacrifice in the Struggle for Freedom and Democracy for Socio-Economic Transformation. In celebrating this year's Tarehe Sita, we recollect that on 5th February 1981, a group of gallant sons of Uganda, led by the father of the revolution, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, set out on a mission of launching a protracted people's war. Armed with only 27 guns, they trekked through Greater Masaka with milestone events in Nyendo, Bukalasa in Kalungu district, through Zimbabwe until the dawn attack on Kabamba Barracks on 6th February 1981. This clearly demonstrates the historic importance of Masaka as a geographic area. It is worth noting that in the final phase of the armed struggle between 1985 and 1986, Masaka was the launchpad of the decisive battles before the fall of Kampala. Suffice to note that the same region was the gateway for the offensive against Idi Amin in the war between 1978 and 1979 through the Mutukula-Chotera axis. Therefore, having national celebrations with the people of Chotera district on this D-Day is to recognize the sacrifice of both the Tanzanian brothers and sisters alongside the Wananchi of Mutukula-Chotera axis. Tarehe Sita celebrations in Greater Masaka, like it is always the case, is yet an opportunity for the UPDF to optimize on its core functions, among which is fostering harmony and understanding between the defense forces and civilians. It is therefore within this context that each year the Army engages in several civil-military cooperation activities of a quick nature impact by way of giving back to the people and expressing eternal gratitude to the population for their continued support towards national defense. Through the CIMIC advocacy, the UPDF plays a complementary role to all government efforts towards encouraging the people to embrace wealth creation and improvement of household incomes. Jaja Wabazukulu, His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the father of the nation, promised to secure the future of the Republic of Uganda. We have watched him deliver every day, especially the mighty victorious UPDF, pacifying the whole country by intensifying counter-terrorism operations focused on combating activities of ADF and Al-Shabaab and their regional and international affiliates, maintaining a proactive posture of zonal and operational deployments to deal with their threats, conducting preventive and disruptive operations to deny terrorists cross-border infiltrations and freedom of action in the country, and implementation of the Presidential Executive Order No. 3 on disarmament and related security measures in Karamoja aimed at curbing insecurity in the region. Operation Usalama kwa Wote has qualitatively arrested the insecurities in the region. All national borders are secure, save for the northern and western borderlines, which continue to experience spillover effects from activities of negative armed groups in southern Sudan and eastern DRC since July 2021. However, UPDF has trained and equipped over 400 counter-terrorism personnel to undertake counter-terrorism operations. UPDF has established a counter-security unit to detect, prevent, and curtail acts of cybercrime. Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs also partnered with Government of India and established a National Forensic Sciences University in Uganda. The fisheries protection operations have curtailed the practices of illegal fishing and smuggling of immature fish that was prevalent in Uganda, especially on Lake Victoria and Lake Albert. It is worth noting that the Masaka region that used to be notorious, coupled with shambolic acts of violence orchestrated and planned by organized groups such as the Bijambia activities that had brought considerable unrest in the region, were finally brought to order and calmness restored in the region. Robust military capabilities, check. Firepower, check. Deplorability, check. Command and control, check. Troop protection, check. Marines, check. Air Force, check. AD, check. Armored and motorized infantry, check. Armored and motorized assets of SFC, check. Among other capabilities of the mighty victorious UPDF, while they never rest, more UPDF recruitments according to district quotas based on the population of each district. A total number of 50,523 have been recruited since 2021 as per the policy of recruitment quotas per district. The military has also established the National Defense College, Uganda, dedicated to providing advanced military education and strategic training to high-ranking military and civilian officials in Uganda. The UPDF has conducted mission training of 11,404 personnel under the battle groups and United Nations Guard Unit, UNGU, for mission deployment in Somalia and troops for deployment in Equatorial Guinea. The UPDF continues to provide preventative, curative, and palliative care health services to the UPDF officers, militants, families, and surrounding communities in over 170 UPDF health facilities. Medical referrals are made for complex cases to other health facilities under MOU arrangements. In collaboration with the Ministry of Health, the UPDF jointly combated epidemics including COVID-19, Ebola, Mpox to prevent their spread within the country and around borders. Watoto wa Jeshi, the mighty victorious UPDF and the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs in general, has also provided formal education to the soldiers' children and surrounding communities. There are over 52 learning institutions spread across the country, which include 37 primary schools, 11 secondary schools, and 4 institutions dedicated to this. His Excellency the President.
Thank you. Your Excellency, allow me to give documentary credit. The concept developer was made by Major General Henry Masiko and the director, Major General Felix Kulaije. The script writer is Justin Namera Nsubuga, the CEO, True Munabudo TV, and your senior presidential advisor. And the camera work, True Munabudo Television and UPDF Media team. The editors is Elvis Naturind of TMTV and Andrew Nyot of TMTV. The voice narrator, Justin Namera Nsubuga. The producer, Kanodewa Kiki. Technical contributor, Hamza Kennedy Nsubuga. Executive producer, UPDF and Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs. And Your Excellency, you are the film star. His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Bugalo bwa firimu sita mu bwongere. Sebo wekitiibwa President ba ssentebe ba NRM okuva mu district ez'enjawulo n'eggombolola ez'enjawulo bali naawe ku Tarehe Sita era bakwozaayoza ke kalulu ako nga bayimiridde okuwubirako. Era sebo wekitiibwa President Greater Masaka eina ekibiina ekinene ekya ba foot soldier ba NRM mobilizer bateeka mu kyabwe tebalina gwe basaba ssente ne balaba ng'emirimu gy'ekibiina gitambula era tuli nabo. Mukama wange President, twagala okwebaza abasuubuzi b'e Masaka abakulembeddwa Engineer Benon Mugarura ne Hajat Sara Kiyimba baategese eddina ya CDF eyabadde ennungi e Glock Hotel Boulevard nga mwattu tewali nusu n'emu evudde eno ku ludda lw'amagye wabula bo ng'abasuubuzi mu kwebaza omulimu omunene UPDF gwekola bakiteeseteese bulungi n'olw'ensonga eyo sebokkiriza tukutegeeze nti Pookino Kalya Masaka wali ku lwa Mengo Oweekitiibwa Jude Muleke n'akiikiridde Kooki Oweekitiibwa Sebugaawo Gertrude ko ne Katikkiro wa Kooki Alhaj Idi Kiwanuka Ahmad.
Thank you very much, Michael, my colleague. Your Excellency, sir, allow me now invite the Chief of Defense Forces and the Senior Presidential Advisor, Special Operations, General Muhoozi.
Basebo ne bannyabo tugatte engalo zaffe okwaniriza omuduumizi w'amagye General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Isa Nsubuga ku lwa Piero yawo wali badde oteekamu enduulu ey'amaanyi sewo. Mukyala Sikola Kalibala mwali badde muteekamu enduulu ey'amaanyi.
Your Excellency, even civilian veterans are present. Civilian veterans we bali abawagira olutalo nabo bali awo emabega. Coordinator mwennyini aba coordinating naye yazze. Welcome the CDF, sir.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda and the Commander-in-Chief of the UPDF, General Retired Yoweri Museveni, Mama Janet Museveni, First Lady of Uganda and Minister of Education, the Vice President, the Vice Chairman of the NRM, the Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs, Cabinet Ministers, Members of Parliament, members of the High Command of the UPDF, general officers, senior officers, the IGP, the Deputy Commissioner General of Prisons, the parade participants, the people of Chiotera and Greater Masaka region who are hosting us, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I salute you all for joining us to celebrate this auspicious occasion of the 44th anniversary of Tarehe Sita, the day the liberation struggle against dictatorship in this country was launched by His Excellency the President and 27 other gallant fighters. Today's 44th Tarehe Sita event, held under the theme celebrating Pan-African solidarity and people's sacrifice in the struggle for freedom and democracy and for socio-economic transformation, marks a significant day in the history of the UPDF NRA and demonstrates how far we have come and where we aim to go as a country. Ours has been a journey of continuous growth, some challenges notwithstanding. we honor and revere all those who sacrificed their lives in the struggle for this country. And some of them are here today, some of the retired comrades who were in the bush struggle. With the valuable experience and guidance of our seniors, we shall continue the agenda of fundamental change in our country as best as we can, including by guaranteeing the security of all our citizens. Therefore, Your Excellency, permit me to express my deepest gratitude to you and to all those who believed in your vision of a liberated, free, and prosperous Uganda and Africa. To everyone who contributed to the liberation struggle, we owe you our heartfelt thanks. Tarehe Sita is special in our hearts, not only for its historical significance in the eventual NRA victory, but also for the enduring achievements we continue to witness in our nation. As the UPDF, we have worked tirelessly to consolidate the fruits of the liberation struggle, ensuring not only peace and security within our borders, but also supporting our brothers and sisters across the continent. This Pan-African spirit has been and will remain a cornerstone of our mission as UPDF. Your Excellency and distinguished guests, as we mark the 44th Tarehe Sita anniversary, Uganda is strong, peaceful, and prospering. There might be some challenges ahead, but under Your Excellency's leadership and guidance, there is nothing we will not overcome. The UPDF security balance sheet, as was shown in the short video, is very good, even though we still have a lot of unfinished business that we must carry on with determination and vigor. These include Operation Shujaa in DRC, the transition from ATMIS to AWESOM in Somalia, the completion of the disarmament operations in Karamoja, and overall, our responsibility to effectively maintain internal security. Recently, I visited the joint forces in DRC, that is UPDF and FADC, in North Kivu and Ituri provinces. Over the past 3 years, since the launch of Operation Shujaa, the joint forces have severely degraded and dismantled ADF as a fighting force. It has been greatly weakened. We have destroyed their bases and eliminated many of their senior commanders. The joint forces have also not only freed abducted people, but entire villages have been liberated from enemy occupation. Thus, because of our decisive military actions, many things have happened or are happening. The Wananchi have returned to their homes in the areas we are present. Schools and health facilities have reopened, and businesses are beginning to thrive once again. Bilateral infrastructure projects, like the construction of the roads between the two countries, are also taking place. Simply put, our fight against the terrorists in Congo is promising so much hope to the people of that region. We will therefore stay the course until the ADF menace is completely eliminated. In Somalia, our troops are managing the transition well from ATMIS to AWSOME. The situation remains fragile and somewhat unpredictable, but the UPDF is determined to hold on to the gains of the last 18 years that we have been there. We have the aspect of troop drawdown, which is a challenge, but with our brothers in Somalia, and together with our brothers also in Ethiopia and other places, we are coordinating this well. Our troops are observing heightened vigilance and combat readiness throughout our dispositions in Somalia, especially in the forward operating bases. Here at home, the security situation throughout the country is calm. We are, however, closely monitoring those who seek to cause trouble for our people, and we will firmly deal with them without fear or favor, according to the law. This year will be a political campaign season. We will also be on the lookout for saboteurs, both within and without. The intelligence services are working overtime to make sure that we are aware of all the evil plans of some of these people. Your Excellency, the situation in Karamoja is encouraging. Relative calm has returned to most of the region, and tourism is also returning. We have eliminated or arrested most of the hardcore criminals who were disturbing the peace in the community within Karamoja and the neighboring communities. Our major task now is to make sure that the Karachuna warriors never rearm again. We also have some small border demarcation issues with our brothers in South Sudan, but this is being addressed at high levels. And if need be, technical teams from both countries can physically demarcate and reopen the international boundaries. Otherwise, the lethality of the UPDF is constantly getting better, and we are ready to employ the full extent of our capabilities and military power to overcome any adversary and to achieve the full realization of national development objectives. Your Excellency, as we celebrate this year's Tarehe Sita, there are certain challenges that are being directed at the ability of the UPDF to maintain its combat effectiveness, professionalism, and discipline that our military has been known for around the world. Last week, we were shocked to receive a judgment from the Supreme Court that in effect halts all trials conducted by military courts. The UPDF and its predecessor, the NRA, which we both honor today, provided the lasting solution to the tyranny, killings, and lawlessness that for so long had plagued Uganda. The UPDF, without doubt, remains the foundation upon which democracy and socio-economic transformation can be realized in our country. Your Excellency, the historical mission of the UPDF, which predates the laws being debated today, could not have been achieved without a highly disciplined force. Your Excellency, I will not go into details. We shall discuss this in the High Command. But, Your Excellency, this development is very unfortunate and quite unacceptable. It could herald a national security crisis, threatening the effective command, control, and administration of the defense forces. We urge Your Excellency that you address this matter as soon as you can. That said, we cannot and shall not abandon or compromise the UPDF Historical Mission under any circumstances. We are in the meantime working with the Ministry of Defense and the Attorney General to see that the necessary legislative amendments are made to address the mandate of the military court-martials. Your Excellency, despite some of these emerging challenges and the other old ones, such as corruption and misappropriation of resources, some progress is being made. Since our appointment, the new team in March of last year, we have been steadfast in addressing these issues. Our resources are being utilized more effectively, ensuring value for every shilling spent on the needs of our forces. I am delighted to report that the construction of our new headquarters is progressing as planned. The project, which began in August last year, is on track for completion within 2 years, or even quicker than that. The state-of-the-art office facility will feature cutting-edge technology and infrastructure to support modern defense strategy, ensuring operational efficiency, coordination, and enhanced capabilities. I would also like to report, Your Excellency, that our long-awaited military referral hospital is going to be opened in the next few months. We shall be calling you to open it. It has been a 7-year delay, but finally we are seeing light. Additionally, we continue to expand accommodation facilities throughout the UPDF. We are addressing the issues of fair remuneration, thanks to your help, clothing, and other resources we need to ensure the improved welfare of our troops, reflecting our dedication to the their well-being and to operational readiness. These achievements symbolize our commitment to infrastructure development and providing a dignified working environment for our soldiers. Your Excellency, we thank you so much for your support and guidance towards these endeavors, without which we could not do much. Your Excellency and distinguished guests, we have also been strengthening ties with our African brothers and sisters across the continent and even beyond the continent. We are nurturing long-standing friendships and forging new partnerships through military cooperation agreements, which are all aimed at building a shared future together. I will conclude by asserting that no amount of hardship or unforeseen circumstances will derail us from our mission. We have a duty to protect our people. We have a duty, a Pan-African duty to the region and to Africa. In that way, sustainable prosperity for our people will be assured. From this core mission, we shall not waver. I congratulate all of you on this occasion of Tarehe Sita and wish you all God's blessings for the future.
UPDF, hurrah!
Thank you. Thank you, the Chief of Defense Forces.
Sebo omuduumizi w'amagye weebale nnyo, weebalire ddala. Tumukubireko mu ngalo nga tumwebaza ebigambo ebiwoomu ebifaananye bityo.
Your Excellency, as the parade marches off,
Sebo wekitiibwa President nga ennyiriri ziva mu kasana kano.
once the parade commander issues his orders, my colleague will translate the CDF's speech. Mu bimpimpi bassebo ne bannyabo, omuduumizi w'amagye atutegeezezza nti nga tujaguza emyaka gino 44 titujaguza bujaguza naye n'okujjukira obulamu bwa bannayuganda abaayiwawo omubiri ng'enjogera ya luno okulaba nga gwe wamma tufuna emirembe gye tweyagaliramu. Abamu ku bo nga bakyaliwo era beebazizza kyansusso.
atutegeezezza nti nga UPDF ejja kwongera mu maaso ebyo ebigendererwa ebyatandisa olutalo olwo olw'okununula Uganda okuva mu ntata gye twalimu. Ebyo byonna nga bikolebwa, atutegeezezza nti nze naawe nga bannansi ba Uganda ffe tuli ku mwanjo ddala nga buli kimu kikolebwa, kubanga enkulaakulana yange naawe bassebo ne bannyabo yenkulu okulaba nga obulamu bwaffe bwe wamma
Your Excellency, allow me congratulate the parade commander.
Ssebo ekitiibwa President nzikiriza njozeeyoze akulembeddemu parade. abaana baffe abo baganda baffe bannyinaffe akasana ke bayimiriddemu okumala ebbanga lyonna munnayuganda omulala atudde eyo waali badde obawe engalo n'obeebaza ate n'owulira engeri gye banyanyagizaamu kabbandi ako ne kanyuma sebo afanda RDC Apollo Nkume owa district eno webale kukyaza bantu sebo taata president tukwebaza okuteekawo enkolagana ennungi gye tuli ne UPDF office of presidency ng'ekulemberwa muwalaawo oyo honorable Babalanda ekodineetinze bulungi ne UPDF okulaba nga tukola omulimu guno era be basoose okujjuza wano mwebale era twagala okwebaza abasentebe ba disitulikiti mwenna ez'enjawulo eziri wano bannange mwebale kujja nga tutandika n'ekatukyaza sebo kintu kisekulo Patrick ssentebe wa disitulikiti eno mukama wange president baminisita ba bendo lino kulemberwamu katukyaza wano ekyotera honorable Kyeyune Haruna Kasolo ne munne minisita w'ebyobulamu Hajjati Hanifa Kawoya esemba bulaawo bakolaganye bulungi ne minisita both ow'ekitiibwa ko ne ba PS mu nnyiriri ezo okulaba ng'omulimu guno gwe wamma gutambula bulungi awatali muntu kukubagana na mulala bakulu mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala mukkirize abalungi abaagalwa neyongere mu maaso twabadde tufunza ebigambo mukulu byamaliriza wano era katubikole mufunza tugende ku kiddako CDF ategeezezza nti omwoyo gw'obumu bwa Africa Pan-Africanism mukulu nnyo nga UPDF ekola emirimu gyayo era buli ggwanga erikola Africa tulitwala nga tundu ku Uganda tetuyina kitwawula ng'Abafirika era awadde obweyamo nti ekyo kinaagenda mu maaso awatali kutaataganyizibwa kwonna ategeezezza nti olwaleero we twogerera Uganda ya ddembe era ng'etaddewo embeera buli musuubuzi na buli mulambuzi okuba nga asobola okukolera wano omulimu nga ggwe wamma talina kimulobera ategeezezza nti ebisoomoozo tebibulawo era nga naawe ewuwo bwe guli naye awadde obweyamo nti nga tukulemberwamu omusajja eyafuna okwolesebwa emyaka egyo egyayita ng'okwolesebwa okwo nakaakano akyakutambulirako omukulembeze atalabika Jeno Yoweri Kaguta Museveni jjajja byonna bijja kutuukirizibwa
nsaba mpita abatuuze bannansi abali ku mukono gwange ogwa ddyo
bannakasasa abali ku kalitunsi eyo mulaba bulungi
muyingire ekisaawe
musembere eno mwote pulezidenti obuliro musembere jjajja mwami mumulabe bulungi abaayefe abali mu weema abo tubakubire mu ngalo bw'atyo pulezidenti w'abeera essanyu bwe lityo bwe liba bano nga beesiimye taata tweyanziza nnyo nga bannakyotera bannakasasa bannagreta Masaka okufuna omukisa guno buli bwe tukyogerako honorable Kasola awo ayongera kumwenya mutabaniwo president tusiima nnyo tusiimira ddala abo nno nga bwe basembera tugenda kutemamu bino byokka nti awadde okwewaayo n'okweyama okungi nti eggye lino okusinziira ku mirimu egikoleddwa mu mawanga agatuliraanye okugeza nga DRC, Ethiopia, Somalia, tukolaganye bulungi nabo okulaba nga tulwanyisa bakali butemu ab'ekyeja abatujju ababadde beeswanta emyaka egiwedde okubanga batumalako emirembe. Abantu bazze mu maka gaabwe, ebyobulamu bizeemu okutambula, amasomero gazzeemu okukola, eyo abaana baffe mu mawanga gye bali. Atutegeezezza nti Karamoja baganda baffe ne bannyinaffe abo abalina emmundu zongedde okubaggyibwako era emirimu e Karamoja gyongera okukwajja. Emirembe mu ggwanga atutegeezezza nti gikyayongera okutojjera, gikyayongera okubukala, tukyayongera okweyagalira mu Uganda yaffe. Omwaka guno gwa byabufuzi tuyingira campaigns. Atuwadde obukakafu bassebo ne bannyabo kino koona ku munno kimugambe nti teri agenda kuzannyira ku ddembe lya munnayuganda ng'ayita mu kiseera kye tuyingira. Mirembe ng'akozesa bubi emirembe gya dimokrasiya egiriwo, tugenda kuyita mu mateeka okulaba ng'okulonda okwo kuggweera mu mirembe. Ekimu ku bifundikidde ategeezezza President nti eddwaliro ly'amagye Embuya giyite Referral Hospital eya military ewedde, ddwaliro lya kikugu era ligenda kuyamba nze naawe akaseera mpaawe kazira bajja kwaniriza President okubanga aliggulawo. Ebisigadde mujja kuba mu bifuna mpola mpola, mukkirize tugende ku kiddako.
Webale nnyo, naye rifaalo kitegeeza ki oba mu Luganda?
Rifaalo sebo pokino. Rifaalo yaani? Oyinza okubuuza ku munywanyi wo Omusumba Fred Sechewa owa Celebrate Hope Coffee. Naye era rifaalo kiganda wazibwe sebo pokino.
Kasita g'ojulidde mwami wa Ssaabasajja. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen,
bassebo ne bannyabo ab'ebitiibwa,
as we transit from the phase of the parade,
nga tuva ku kawaayiro ako ke tulabiddemu parade ennyiriri ezo era ne zivaawo,
that has been concluded with the promise and pledge of the CDF,
amazima ennyiriri zifundikiddwa sebo viika n'ebigambo ebirungi okuva eri omuduumizi w'amagye.
Peace and stability must
tusuubiziddwa emirembe n'obukkakkamu.
And indeed, no stone will be left unturned.
Wattu twagala okubakakasa nti kakabeere kamunyeera tekajja kwetantala kukyusa mirembe gyawa.
Allow me to recognize the Deputy Inspector General of Government, Madam Anne Muhoozi. The list I was given didn't include your name. Please accept our apologies. It was inadvertent.
Twaniriza omumyuka wa kalondoozi w'emirimu egikolebwa mu gavumenti eno era lyeryo erinnya lye babasomedde ne tumwetondera nti mu kusooka erinnya eryo lyabadde teryalabiddwa ku lukalala kw'abo abatudde.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen,
abalungi abaagalwa abatudde,
the men and women you saw in front of you,
abasajja n'abakazi be mulabye mu uniform mu maaso gaffe wano,
spend sleepless nights
bannaffe basula tebeebase,
to ensure that Ugandans have sufficient sleep to think and plan.
okulaba nti nze naawe twebaka bulungi ku mifaliso gyaffe gya Rosifo Mugono gwe wamma ne tuteekateekera ensi yaffe n'okulaakulana.
It would be therefore prudent to utilize the government programs by the Ugandans to enrich themselves so that our sleeping, our staying awake is not in vain.
Abalungi abaagalwa tubasaba tukozese omukisa ogwo ogutuweereddwa ogw'emirembe egiriwo nti abasajja n'abakazi bano babanga tebeebase gwe wamma balabe ng'entuuyo zaabwe tuzikozesa okuggyamu ebitukulaakulanya nze naawe.
As we prepare to invite the Honourable Minister of Defence and Veteran Affairs, who I will request he recognizes his colleagues and the members of Parliament, and then he will invite His Excellency the President and the Commander-in-Chief.
Bannayuganda gye muli mutulage ku ssanyu President amanye nti gye tuli eyo. Mwebale tuteekateeka okwaniriza Minisita w'ebyokwerinda, Minister of Defence ne abaazirwanako. Oyo nno yagenda okutwanjulira baminisita banne abaliwo, ate era n'omwogezi addako yajja okumwaniriza.
Omwogezi addako omwogere si wa kyama ye Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti w'eggwanga Ssaabalwanyi.
Waliwo akiwulidde? Abali oludda olwo waliwo awulidde? President yagenda okuddirira minisita era tulinde okuwulira ebigambo bya Kaloosa okuva mu kamwa ka Ssaabalwanyi.
Omanyi nga Yohana Batista bwe yagamba nti ajja sikirizibwa na kumwambaza ngatto. Nange oli sinze nnyinza omuyita
weewaawo
ayina kuyitibwa mukama wange minisita. But ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, we can only achieve this because the leadership at the national level, the leadership in the ministry has followed the vision of the Commander-in-Chief, has planned well for us, and for sure we have no excuse not to deliver on our national defense and security.
Basebo ne bannyabo mukkirize abali eyo tugatte ku ngalo zaffe twanirize minisita w'ebyokwerinda Honorable Jacobo Maxon Oboth. Ffe eri ettololo tumuyita baby face mwesti Budama.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda and the Commander-in-Chief of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, the first national chairperson of the NRM party, the Secretary General of the NRM party, the cabinet ministers, the ministers of state, the members of parliament here, the former leaders who are here, the members of the diplomatic corps, the political leaders from the Greater Massacre, the civic leaders, the RDCs, the general officers headed by the CDF, the IGP, and the Deputy Commissioner General of Prisons. We want to welcome you all to this occasion. We have a few things to do. To introduce to you some of our guests and also to say one or two things. We have SEC members, Central Executive NRM members. I would want to request them to stand up for recognition. Honorable Lydia Wanyoto as the Women Chairperson, Women League. Honorable James Tweheyo, Chairperson, Workers League. Honorable Iguo Charles, Senior Executive Assistant. Honorable Jacqueline Chatuhaire, Deputy National Treasurer. And of course, my own sister here, Honorable Huda Olero. That was the second list I was given. Now I'm given the first list of SEC members. SEC is headed by His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni as chairperson. And the vice chairperson, Brigadier General retired Alhaji Moses Chigongo, right there. And then we have Right Honorable Richard Todwong, the NRM Secretary General. And then we have retired Major Awish Paula, one of the staff. And we have Her Excellency Vice President, Major General, Major retired Jessica Alupo, is a special guest to SEC. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have, this occasion has been graced by Her Excellency the Vice President, whom, please put your hands together for the Vice President. We have Honorable Mile Babiri Babalanda, Minister in charge of Presidency. We have Honorable Dr. Canon, Le Canon, Ruth Nankabirwa, Minister of Energy. We have Honorable Hajat Minsa Kavanda, Minister for Kampala City Authority and Metropolitan. We have Honorable Dr. Monica Musenero, Science, Technology, Innovations. And we have Honorable Alice Kaboyo, Minister of State in charge of Luero, Rwenzori, OPM. We have Honorable Anifa Kawoya, General Duties, Minister of Health. We have Honorable General Mbadi Mbasu Wilson, Minister of State Trade. We have Honorable Huda, of course, Minister of State in charge of Veteran Affairs. We have Honorable Cheyune Kasolo Aruna, our host, our host, the Minister of Miyoga, Microfinance. Honorable Grace Mary Mugasa, Minister of State Public Service. Honorable Rose Lily Akelo, Minister of State Ethics and Integrity. Honorable Grace Helen Asamo, Minister of State People with Disability. We have Honorable Dr. Balam Barugahara, the Minister of State for Young People. We have Honorable Kabianga Baruku Godfrey, the Minister of State for ICT, National Guidance. We have Honorable Biamuka Mafred, Minister of State for Transport, the Minister of Works. We have Honorable Bright, Honorable Colonel retired Bright Ramirama, the Minister of State for Animal Industry. We have Honorable Dr. Sam Mayanja, Minister of State, Lands. We have Honorable Namuyangu Jennifer Omukedi, OPM, Minister of State in charge of Bunyoro. We have Honorable Aisha Sekindi, Minister of State for Water. Then, of course, Your Excellency, we have your daughter, the Deputy IGG, Anne Mohaire, We have former leaders, the former Prime Minister, Right Honorable Kintu Musoke, with us here. We have Honorable Vincent Sempi Jabamurangachi, former Minister of Defense. Musaya Bamurangira Bwerere. We have the RDCs, and I want the RDCs, Your Excellency, to stand up again. They are this side. If possible, I want them to come out here. The RDCs and all the presidential advisors who are this side. The RDCs, RCCs, and their deputies. These people have given us a lot of support in the districts that have been mentioned in Greater Masaka. They did a wonderful job. Thank you, the RDCs and RCC, and deputy RCCs, and the deputy RDCs, and assistant RDCs. Thank you very much. Baba weko bugalo, mwakoze bulungi nnyo, mwebale nnyo. The RDC of Chotera himself is here, Mr. Tugume, the host. He's a wonderful gentleman. The LOC5 of the region, especially headed by the host chairman, Honorable Chintu, is a magnet man. When you put the two together, Honorable Chintu and Honorable Kasolo, there's magic in Chotera. Thank you very much. We have the members of parliament, Honorable Colonel Dr. Nekesa Victoria, UPDF representative. We have Honorable Lieutenant Colonel Dr. Alanyo Jennifer, UPDF. We have Honorable James Kakoza, Iyala. We have Honorable Mary Begumisa, the woman representative of Zimbabwe. Honorable Mary, are you there? We have Honorable Dawudi Kabanda, the MP Kasambia Mubende. I've not seen him. We have Honorable Sentai Muhammad, MP Bukoto West, Luengo. We have Honorable Semwanga Javira, MP Buyamba Rakai. We have Honorable Sise Namuju, MP Luengo. Where is Honorable Sise? We have Honorable David Muhoozi, MP Chenjojo. We have Honorable Sechkubo Theodore, MP Remiyaga. He's a senior MP. He's the other side. And Your Excellency, he has participated in all events, including in the national launch, the regional, and here today. What a repentant man. Your Excellency, we have your special guests and friends from the United States of America who are here, invited by yourself, and I want them led by Mr. Timothy Senyonga. Your Excellency, we have special guests from the Republic of Kenya, the delegation led by the party chairperson, the United Democratic Alliance, the ruling party of Kenya. The chairperson, Her Excellency Honorable Cecily Mbarire, party chairperson and governor, Embo County. We have Senator Hassan Omar Hassan, the Senator and Party Secretary General and Member of Parliament, East Africa Legislative Assembly. We have Honorable Jafet Nyakundi, Party National Treasurer and Member of Parliament, Kitutu Chacha. We have Mr. Brian Mbugua, Deputy Executive Director, Director in charge of Elections and IT. We have Mr. Joseph Muliri, Director of Finance and Administration. We have Mr. Rob Giro, Director of Communications. We have Mr. Daniel Kipto, Director of Programs and Partnership. We have Ms. Grace Gichowi, Director of Events and Logistics. We have Mr. Kelvin Chitika, Manager IT. We have Ms. Annette Chepgotish, Manager Legal Affairs and Compliance. She could also be from Kapchorwa. We have Mr. Sanaro Bunyua, Legal and Compliance Affairs. We have Ms. Cynthia Amadan, Membership Directorate and Manager. Membership Directorate Manager. We have Ms. Catherine Gatori, Executive Secretary to Secretary General. We have Mr. Kyoko Mwamba, Executive Assistant to the Chairperson. And we have Mr. Alex Kibeti, Head of Security, Office of the Secretary General. We have, finally, Mr. John Maura, Communications Officer. Your Excellency, if it may please you, to grant a photo opportunity for our neighbors, the party leaders from our neighboring country. Please, Wakenya wote karibu. Put your hands together again, make the Kenyan brothers and sisters welcome. Yes. As they take the photos, I want to thank the ministers, the members of cabinet, and the MPs, especially the ministers who accepted to officiate. Honorable Bright, Honorable Nifa, Honorable Iskavoyo, and all the ministers who participated. You showed us love, and we are committed. And Honorable Kasoro, thank you for hosting us. You are such a great man. We have the DAs here, Your Excellency, the military attaches representing different countries. I see for the United States of America, I see for Russia, I see many of you here. The religious leaders, you've been introduced. Your Excellency, after listening to Joint Staff Political Commissariat and then the CDF nailing it, Your Excellency, us as political leaders in the ministry, we work closely with the leadership of the army. And we want to thank the CDF for the very kind words and remarks you've made. Ugandans are comforted that this country has the CDF and who is in charge. The only thing I would say, all of us should guard and protect the achievements of the NRM without fear or favor. The propagandists are ready to downplay what the 44 years means to us. Your Excellency, you sacrificed with your few friends. We could not see what is happening now in Uganda if it was not for that sacrifice 44 years today. You took the risk to stage an armed struggle with less equipment. And now the CDF said our capability as a country has been enhanced. So Ugandans, we should stay put and safeguard what God has given us. Let's protect at whatever cost. Your Excellency, I want to take this opportunity to now invite you to speak to a very waiting audience.
Basebo ne banyabo tusaba tulage okwagala kwa Ferry President wuyo ajja okwogerako gye tuli. Era katusabe Honorable Cheyune Haruna Kasolo okubanga ajja ku muzindaalo okuvuunula Oweekitiibwa President ng'agenda okwogerako gye tuli. Akalulu n'engalo biriwa. Bannabuddu essanyu eryaffe erya bulijjo liriwa. Bannakyotera.
Kale abanabuddu n'abakooki n'abaziba bwe bali, abaziba b'e Tanzania bwe bali, mwena abanabuddu, abakooki, abaziba, abasese, ab'omu Lukoola eri Sembabule, mwena mbalamusiza. Her Excellency the Vice President, Achusa
Oweekitiibwa Vice President,
all the other state, party, cultural and religious leaders,
wamu n'abakulembeze abalala bonna, abakulembeze aba eggwanga Uganda, abakulembeze ab'ebyobufuzi, bannaddiini, ab'ebyobuwangwa n'abakulembeze abalala mwenna.
The CDF and the leaders of the army,
omuduumizi w'amagye n'abakulembeze b'amagye,
and ladies and gentlemen,
abaami n'abakyala mwenna.
I congratulate Ugandans on the 44th anniversary of Tarehe Sita, when the NRA attacked Kabamba in 1981.
Njozaayoza amagye,
njozaayoza
bannayuganda olw'ekijaguzo kino eky'emyaka 40 ng'amagye gaffe gayozaayoza okuva lugaleeta emirembe nga gawamba Kabamba, galumba Kabamba.
I congratulate the combatants and the people of Uganda on the victories we have scored ever since that day.
Njozaayoza abakuumaddembe bonna ab'amagye ne bannayuganda bonna olw'obuwanguzi bwe tutuuseeko okuva olw'okutuuka olunaku lwa leero.
We thank God for these victories.
Twebaza Katonda olwa byonna bye tutuuseeko.
The National Resistance Army from the beginning was fighting for certain philosophical, ideological and strategic principles and targets.
Eggye lyaffe okuva mu ntandikwa lyalwanirira nnyo
ebigendererwa,
endowooza
n'entegeka. We have elaborated these points many times.
Ensonga zonna nzizenga nzogerako mu bujuvu bwazo.
And we do not have time and space to repeat those points here.
Era tetulina budde kuzinnyonnyola era kuziddamu mu kaseera ka leero.
Suffice it to assert that our philosophical, ideological, and strategic stand
kikulu nnyo okutegeera nti ensonga ezo zonna nga bwe tuze tuzinnyonnyolako
has enabled Uganda to be peaceful all these years. Has enabled Uganda to be peaceful all these years by building a strong army and other state institutions, expanding education and health services, and other health services, modernizing infrastructure, electricity, roads, water, telephone services, internet, ensuring freedom of speech and worship, and emphasizing Pan-Africanism through regional and continental political and economic integration. Kati kyengamba wano kiri nti ku lw'endowooza yaffe eri gye twatandika nayo kisobozeseza okuembye n'ebitongole bya gavumenti birala ebimanyi ekyokukola ne tugaziya ebyobuyigirize ebyobulamu ne birongokamu ne tutumbula infrastructure ng'enguudo n'amasanyalaze n'amasimu ate ne tuleeta eddembe ly'omuntu okwogera kyayagala n'okusinza nga bw'ayagala. That was the summary in that one.
President mumukubire mu ngalo olw'ensonga ezo zonna ze tutuuseeko nga bw'azibambise mu kwogerako.
But I need to apologize to the people of this area. This area we used to call it Kibumbiro, this area.
Naye ntwala omukisa guno okwetondera abantu b'ekitundu kino. Ekitundu kino twakiyitanga Kibumbiro.
Up to the Kajara River, which is in Tanzania.
Okuva ekitundu kino kyonna okutuukira ddala Kajara River ekiri mu Tanzania.
We have done many roads in Uganda.
Tukoze enguudo nnyingi mu Uganda.
But the people in the planning ministry had made some mistakes.
Naye abantu mu ministry ye finance ne planning badde bakolamu ensobi.
Even works.
Ne ministry y'ebyenguudo n'emirimu.
They build new roads and forget old ones.
Badde bazimba enguudo empya ne babanga beerabira
enkadde.
Nga beerabira enguudo zaffe enkadde.
That's how this road from Masaka to Mutukula deteriorated until they came in when it was a bit late.
Ky'oba olaba nti oluguudo lwaffe okuva e Masaka okutuuka e Mutukula lwasebengerera mpaka lubazze okulukola nga lumaze okuggwa ku mpagala.
We have now told them very clearly that consolidate the old roads before you add the new ones.
Katumaze okubalambika n'okubawa ebiragiro nti banyweze enguudo zaffe nga bakola ku nguudo zaffe enkadde ate oluvannyuma banaakola n'ekumpya.
But now this road from Masaka to Mutukula is not very long. I know it. It is 53 miles.
Kaakati oluguudo okuva e Masaka okutuuka e Mutukula President alumanyi bulungi si luwanvu nnyo lulina mayiro 53.
Atano musatu.
Atano musatu, Your Excellency.
Now it had gone into a bad situation.
Kati lubadde lwasereba nnyo lwasebengera nga lufiiridde ddala.
And our people are now working on new roads, going to other places.
Kakati abantu babadde nga bayita ku nguudo empya kugenda mu bitundu.
Bakola
abantu baffe mu ministry y'ebyenguudo n'emirimu ne finance babadde batadde ssente ate mu kukola enguudo empya ne beerabira enguudo enkadde nga luno Masaka Mutukula.
That scattered planning is we have stopped it.
Kakati enkola eyo ey'okubuukabuuka Pulezidenti yagiyimirizza.
Consolidate the old and add the new.
Abalagidde banyweze ezo ze tulinawo enkadde ate oluvannyuma bagatteko n'empya.
As a consequence of all this,
kakati mu bino byonna bino bye tugenda okufunamu
okuva mu bino byonna, although we still have a lot of work to do,
nenkubadde tukyalina emirimu mingi gye tulina okukola.
Our economy will be $59.3 billion by June 2025 using the foreign exchange method.
Ebyobugagga byaffe bigenda kukula okutuuka ku bitundu 89.
Obuwumbi bwa dola
$59 n'obutundu busatu. Your Excellency.
Okozesa embala eya omuwendo gw'okukyusizako dola.
Nga tukozesa embala ey'okukyusa mu dola.
The foreign exchange method.
Kibayita exchange method.
But 168.5 billion by the PPP method, by kati umanyi bano babala obugaga bw'ensi mu mirundi ebiri. Omulundi ogusooka bakozesa omuwendo gw'okuwanyisa dola. Kati awo ebyenfuna byammwe biri ku buwumbi 59 n'obutundu busatu okutuuka mu mwezi gwa June.
Bwe tubanga tubalidde mu dola ebyenfuna byaffe bya Uganda
sikubalira mu dola kasolo
nga tukyusa
bw'oba okozeseza omuwendo
gw'okukyusa mu dola okutuuka mwezi gw'omukaaga ebyenfuna byaffe bijja kuba ku obuwumbi 59 n'obutundu busatu obwa dola.
Remember, we started with $4 billion 1986.
Mujjukire mu 1986 Your Excellency.
86.
Yes, Your Excellency.
The size of the economy was $4 billion.
Ebyenfuna byaffe byali obuwumbi 4 naye olwaliro tuli ku buwumbi 59 n'obutundu busatu.
But if you use the purchasing power parity, bw'okozesa embalirira ey'okutunula ku esente zino zisobola kugula ebintu byenkanawa.
Bw'obanga tokozesa nkola eyekyusa mu dola n'okozesa embalirira, sente zino ze tufunye zisobola kugula bintu ki?
Then the size is $168.5 billion.
Ebyenfuna byaffe biri ku biliyoni 168.
Obuwumbi 168 n'obutundu 5.
Obuwumbi 168 n'obutundu 5.
Thereafter, after June,
kakati bwe tunaaba nga tumaliriza omwezi ogwo gw'omukaaga,
our economy will grow by 7.3% without oil.
Ebyenfuna byaffe bijja kukula okweyongerako ebitundu 7 n'obutundu 3 buli 100 naye ng'awo tetunaba kutunuulira ssente ze tunaba tujja mu oil.
Without oil, our economy will be growing at about 7.3%.
nga tetunaba kubala bye tunajja mu oil waffe mukimanyi bulungi nti tunaatera omukwatako ebyenfuna byaffe bigenda kukula obutundu bigenda kukula obutundu 7 n'obutundu 3 buli 100 okuva mu June.
Eyo speed ya waggulu ensi nyingi tezigisobola.
Enkulaakulana eyo Uganda gyegenda okutuukako ya waggulu nnyo ya kizungirizi, amawanga amalala tegagisobola gituukako.
Simanji
agasobola gituukako.
Now with oil, our rate of growth will go into double digits.
Kakati bwetunaamala okufuna oil waffe,
bwetunajjayo amafuta gaffe, ebyenfuna byaffe bigenda kukula nga bisoba mu 10. Very good. Kati awo omunabudu azze. Kati akwataganya olunabudu n'oluzungu. So with the oil, our economy will be growing more than 10%.
Kakati bwe tunaaba tumaze okufuna oil, ebyenfuna byaffe bijja kukula.
Si kugifuna kasolo, kugijjayo.
Bwe tunaaba tumaze okugijjayo, nga tumaze okugjayo oil waffe, ebyenfuna byaffe bigenda kukula okusinga okuyisa ebitundu 10 ku 100.
All this is on account of the 5 phases that our economy and society have gone through since 1986.
Bino byonna tubifunye okusinziira ebyo bye tuyiseemu okuva 1986.
Waliwo emitendera gye tuyiseemu, phases.
Olw'emitendera gye tuyiseemu okuva 1986.
These are, number 1,
emitendera gino gye tuyiseemu gye gino wammanga.
Minimum economic recovery by bringing back some of the 3 C's and 3 T's of the colonial economy that Idi Amin had destroyed, these being coffee, cotton, copper, and tea, tobacco, and tourism. Kanchivunire kino. Kati mwe timunazaalibwa omubudde bw'abajjajja bamwe bwaffe abaaliwo nga nze, abazungu webaviira wano baali bagamba nti ebyenfuna bya Uganda byali biyimiridde ku magulu 6. Amagulu 3 cha C, amagulu 3 ta T, 3 C's, 3 T's. C's, the C's were coffee, cotton, and copper. Translate kasolo.
President nga bw'abagambye, kakati ebyenfuna bino byali nga abafuzi baali babyonoonye nga babigabanyizza mu bintu 6, nga ebisatu bitandika na leeta C na nukuta cha: kofi, emwanyi, kotoni
ne copper.
Ekikomo wamu ne pamba
and coffee.
Ne mwanyi.
Then the 3 T's were tea, tobacco, and tourism.
Kakati tea esatu, ta esatu, nga mwemuli taaba, tobacco, ate n'ebyobulambuzi, tourism.
And chai.
N'amajani. Tea.
Now, so this is how the economy was before Amin came in.
Eno embeera ebyenfuna byaffe bwe byalimu nga Amin tannaba kujja.
When Amin came, he destroyed all these except coffee and tea remained limping on.
Amin bwe yajja mu buyinza ebintu bino byonna bye yasangawo yabyonoona okuggyako emmwanyi n'etaaba.
Bibyasigala biwenyera.
Ebyo bye byasigalawo nga biwenyera nga babikolera ku mutindo omutonotono.
So therefore when we came, that's what I'm saying, phase 1 was to restore this small economy of the 3 C's and the 3 T's.
Noekyo Pulezidenti bwe yakwata obukulembeze bw'eggwanga lino yalina okuzzaawo bino Idi Amin bye yali ayonoonye, taaba, emmwanyi ne kopa, ate era ne amajaani, ebyobulambuzi awamu n'etaaba.
Then second phase was to expand this small island because these 3 C's and 3 T's were affecting only very few people in the country.
Omutendero gw'okubiri Pulezidenti gwe yaddako kwe kw'okulaba nti agaziya abantu bonna bye basobola okukola, kubanga bino omukaaga byali biyamba abo bantu batono.
It was helping only 9% of the homesteads by 1962.
Ku maka 10 bino byali biyambako bisobola kuganyulwamu amaka 9 gokka mu mwaka gwa 1962.
Amaka 9 ku 10.
Amaka 9 ku 10 ye gali gaganyulwa mu taaba, mu mwanyi, ebyomukaaga.
Kati, so now Amin had destroyed them.
Naye Amin yali amaze okubijja okubisaanyaawo ng'aleseewo taaba ne mwanyi naye nga nabyo bimaze okusereba.
So phase 1 was to bring back whatever we could bring back.
Omutendero gwasooka Pulezidenti ne banne balina okuzzaawo ebyo ebyali bisoboka okutaasaako ku ebyo omukaaga ebyali bisoboka okuddawo.
Second phase was to expand.
Omutendero gw'okubiri kugaziya.
That's why the coffee now we are at 9 million bags. We used to be at 2 million bags.
Kaaka kyova olaba nti kaakati emmwanyi tuli ku emiliyoni z'ensawo zetuproducinga kati nga Uganda emiliyoni 9 naye nga twali ku miliyoni 2 ez'ensawo.
Tea were at 23 million kilograms 1970. We are now at 160 million.
Kakati g'amajaani twali ku miliyoni 27 miliyoni 23 mu 1970. Kakati tuli ku miliyoni 16.
So that's what I mean by restore but also expand.
Ekyo kiba Pulezidenti kyategeeza bw'abagamba nti mukuume muzeewo ate era mugaziye.
Now phase 3 is diversify the economy.
Kakati phase ey'okusatu ate yalina okukyusa n'okugattako ebintu ebirala ebisobola okuyamba enkulaakulana y'ebyenfuna byaffe.
In the colonial times, Ugandans did not know that maize was a cash crop.
Mu biseera by'abafuzi b'amatwale Bannayuganda baali tebamanyi nti okulima kasooli nti ekirime kya kasooli nakyo kivaamu ssente.
That fruits are cash crops.
Era nga tibatwalanga kulima bibala nti mulimu ogusobola okuvaamu ssente.
That fish was a cash product.
Nti era n'ebyennyanja nabyo byali bisobola okuvaamu ssente.
That's why there was not a single factory on Lake Victoria for fish processing.
Kyova olaba tewaaliwo factory yonna yali esobola kuteeka mutindo ku byannyanja Lake Victoria.
There was only a small factory on Lake George called Taffmark.
Waaliwo ka factory akatonotono kamu ku Lake George akayitibwanga Taffmark.
They did not know that abalalo abesembabule nti amata gammwe. They did not know that milk is a cash product
abalaalo b'Essembabule ne wala yonna lyantonde nawa baali tebamanyi nti amata nago gasobola okuvaamu ssente.
So many bananas,
owamu n'amatooke,
beans,
n'ebijanjaalo nabyo bisobola okuvaamu ssente,
peas,
n'ekawo,
vegetables,
awamu n'enva endiirwa oba n'ebituyita ebivaavava,
flowers,
ebimuli nabyo bisobola okuvaamu ssente.
So we have commercialized all these products.
N'olwekyo bino byonna Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti atugamba nti abifudde ebirime ebisobola okuvaamu ssente era nga bitundibwa nga bya ttunzi.
You people here in Karangala, you know the palm oil.
Mwe abantu wano abali wano ab'e Karangala mumanyi ekinazi.
So that was phase 3.
Kati eyo phase yali yakusatu oba mutendera ogwokusatu.
Now phase 4 is adding value.
Kwe kussa omutindo oba okugattako omutindo kwebyo ate bye tubanga tukoze oba nga tulimye.
We have been trying to wake you up.
Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti abadde agezaako okutuzuukusa
from selling. The best example would be to sell amabide, to sell beer making bananas without making beer yourself.
Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti abadde agezaako okutuzuukusa tuve mu kutunda ebintu nga tetubigaseeko mutindo. Ekyokulabirako kyabawa abalima embidde muleme okutunda embidde nga temuzikamudde kuziggyamu mwenge.
Temuli kibalo gwe alimya amabidde okugaguza omuntu omulala yaba asogola omubisi yaba akola omwenge ate yaba akola kali akabatira ddala kali akumwongerako.
Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti agambye tekikola makulu era tekiviiramu ddala ssente gwe okulima embidde zo ate n'oziguza oli n'agenda n'azisogolamu omwenge ate ye n'agenda oluusi n'aggiramu ddala nakali kawalagi akatera okubatta.
Kati abo bagambye nti oba olimye embidde zisogole ojjemu omwenge okole byonna ebyetaagisa ofune omugaso mu mabidde go.
Ekyo mukiwulidde.
Now that is, if you look at milk, we are adding value the whole way.
Kati bw'otunuulira amata, bw'otandikira ku mata, amata ago okuva ogatandika nga bakagajja mu kibeere ky'ente, Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti abakubiriza okugagattako omutindo mpaka okumalirayo ddala sayiku.
Ab'olutimbi mutulage the product, if you have it, the products of milk, if you have them. Ku lutimbi, kubanga nze ndimusomesa kati.
Abali ku lutimbe oba vidiyo, Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti agambye muteekeko engeri y'amata nga mutulaga biki ebiva mu mata okuva ku bitandikirwako mpaka ku nkomerero.
Oba temulina? I want them to show the products of the milk, if they have them.
Pulezidenti agambye ayagala abantu bano babalage ku lutimbe ebyo byonna ebiva mu mata nga bagongeddeko omutindo.
You get it. When you get it, you will show it to us.
Kale mu kiseera kino bayinza okuba nti beetegese, Pulezidenti abalagidde bakanoonye bakafune, bwe banaakafuna bajja kumutegeeza basobole okukabalaga.
They can also show us the cotton and the products from cotton.
Basobola n'okutulaga pamba n'ebyo byonna ebiva mu pamba.
They can also show us the products from timber, if they have those factories.
Basobola n'okutulaga ebyo ebiva mu mbaawo singa baba balina obutambi obwo.
That is phase 4.
Kati eyo phase eyokuna eyokugattako omutindo.
Adding value.
Kugattako omutindo.
Now phase 5.
Kakati omutendero gw'okutaano.
We have entered the knowledge economy.
Kakati omutendera guno gw'okutaano tuzze tuli mu kiseera ekya kompyuta ekya digito. Ebyenfuna ebiva mu magezi g'abasayansi. Ebyenfuna ebiva mu bakagezimunyu aba kompyuta abasayansi.
You can see the Chira motors. Show us Chira motors if you have it.
Abali ku ntimbe zino musobola okutulaga ebya Chira motors ne tulaba Chira motors bibakola.
When you get them, show them to us.
Bwe munaaba mwetesitese bulungi mujja kubitulaga.
The vaccines.
Eddagala erigema endwadde ez'enjawulo.
We have discovered, our scientists have discovered the vaccine against ticks.
Bannasayansi bazudde eddagala erisobola okugema ebisolo ne bitakwatibwa ne bitalumibwa nkwa.
We are going to commission it very soon.
Era ekkolero lino oba eddagala lino oweekitiibwa pulezidenti agenda kulitongoza mu kiseera ekitali kyawala.
This was by NARO, our NARO group.
Okunoonyereza kuno n'okuvumbula kuno kwakolebwa ekitongole kyaffe ekya NARO ekyagriculture.
But also some scientists.
Naye nga beegattidde wamu ne bannasayansi abamu.
No, separately.
Ne bannasayansi abamu nabo bagezezzaako okukola ekintu kye kimu.
Then our people in Busitama University.
Kakati n'abantu baffe mu Busitama University
have discovered a medicine which can cure corona.
Nabo bavumbudde eddagala erisobola okuwonya obulwadde buno obwa COVID-19.
Senyiga
omukambwe.
They can cure influenza.
Era basobola bulungi eddagala eryo lisobola bulungi n'okuwonya senyiga ono ffe kutwakazaako senyiga w'enkoko.
And also other viruses.
Ate era n'endwadde endala ezireetebwa obubuuka obutalabika butasobola kulaba na maaso go.
There is a group called Kazeire Herbal Medicine. I think these are from Mbarara.
Waliyo ne gurupu eyitibwa Kazeire Herbal Medicine, ndoza bye bakola Kazeire eri Mbarara.
They have also discovered something similar.
Nabo bakoze ekintu bavumbudde ekintu kye kimu.
The people who took these medicines recovered 4 days earlier than those who were using other medicines.
Abantu abakozesa eddagala lino baawona ennaku nnya ng'abakozeseza liri ezzungu bo tebannaba kuwona. Mu nnaku nnya bano baali bawonye.
And now some of our friends were playing around with us.
Mikwano gyaffe abamu baali bagezaako okulemesa enteekateeka eno.
Wanted to build a laboratory where you can kill, because traditionally our medicines kill the viruses or the bacteria, what they call in vivo, in the human being.
Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti agambye waliwo abantu abaali bagezaako okugootaanya enteekateeka eno kubanga waliwo abantu baffe abaali bavumbudde okuba nti waliwo obuwuka obusobola okutta endwadde.
Omuntu abantu nibawona naye bali abaweereza eddagala tebakebedde eddagala eryo likola litya. So we needed a lab to do that.
So oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti agamba kyali kyetaagisa okuteekawo ekkeberero okulaba nti tukutuuka ku kintu ekyo.
What they call in vitro. Osooka n'otta obulwadde mu laboratory mu kacupa mu test tube n'olaba nti obuwuka bufudde, then eddagala n'olutwala mu muntu. You first kill the virus in the lab, then you go and check in the human beings. Now we Africans, because we have been using this medicine, we started the other way around. You kill the disease in the human being, then you go to the laboratory to check how it is killing when the disease is already dead.
President atugambye nti kyali kyetaagisa okuteekawo laboratory nga obuwuka buno basooka ne babugezeseza mu bulwadde nga buli mu kacupa. Obuwuka ne butta obulwadde buli, bwe bumala okubutta ne balyoka babuteeka mu bantu. Obuwuka bwe babuteeka mu bantu ne buba nga busobola okulwanyisa obulwadde. Ffe bannayuganda kyetubaddeko tubadde ate tutta bulwadde okusinga okutta obuwuka. Omala kutta bulwadde ate n'olyoka ogenda mu laboratory bakkebere.
Kubanga abantu baffe, our people have been using these drugs without scientific analysis, but they have been working.
Abantu babadde bakozesa eddagala lino erivumbuddwa naye nga abakugu baffe bannasayansi tebalyekennenyeza bulungi nga bw'abagambye kaazire n'ebirala, naye nga libadde likola wadde nga babadde tebannaba kulikakasa bannasayansi bano.
But now we wanted a laboratory to do this.
Naye kati oweekitiibwa President agambye nti twali twetaaga okufuna wetugezeseza eddagala lino oluvannyuma abantu tusobole okubakkiriza.
And some of our friends were playing around with us.
Abantu abamu baali bazannyisa era nga bagezaako okugootaanya enteekateeka eno nga bagezaako okutulemesa oba okulowooza nti tuli serious.
But you people, our children have studied, now they have built their own lab themselves.
Naye bantu mmwe abaana baffe basomye era bafuuse bakugu bannayuganda era kati beezimbidde laboratory eno ku lwabwe bennyini nnyini.
Now what had worked against corona in people has now been tried in the lab and it works perfectly well.
Kaakati eddagala libavumbula abantu baffe era ne liwonya abantu baffe abaali balwadde ssennyiga ono omukambwe nga terikebereddwa. Kaakati bannasayansi era abakugu balitutte mu kkeberero ne baligezesa era balabidde ddala ng'eddagala lino lya mutindo.
Batuzimbidde ekkeberero.
Era batuzimbidde ekkeberero
abaana abaffe.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Era ngenda kubawa omudaali.
Era abaana baffe President agenda bawa omudaali olw'enkulaakulana eyo gye batuusizaako wano mu Uganda.
N'akasiimo akamatiza.
Era agenda kubasikako naye mu ngalo abawa akasiimo okusiima ogwo omulimu gwe bakoze.
Era bannasayansi bange bonna abavumbudde ebintu ngenda kubawa akasiimo.
Buli munnasayansi alinako kyavumbudde era nekikakasibwa ajja kufuna akasiimo okuva President.
Ngenda kusaba olukusa maama ne Muhoozi n'abaana bakkirize ntunde ku nte zange mbawa akasiimo.
Agenda kusaba maama Janet Museveni awamu ne General Muhoozi n'abaana abalala bamukkirize atundeko ku nte za famire afunemu akasente asobole okuwa abantu bano akasiimo mu mbeera y'okubasiima.
So we must congratulate our people.
So n'olwekyo tuteekeddwa okuyozaayoza abantu baffe.
Our university people and some factories are now manufacturing most of the diagnostics we need.
Abantu baffe abali mu matendekero ag'enjawulo ne mu factories ez'enjawulo bakoze eddagala erisobola okuwonya endwadde ezisinga obungi.
Okukebera.
Bakoze eddagala erisobola okukebera endwadde ezitutawaanya.
We are self-sufficient in sanitizers. Era gali amadagala ag'okutta obuwuka ku ngalo, ku meeza, abantu gye batuula ku ntebe.
Eddagala eryo sanitayiza gumumanyi obulungi ate era ng'akolebwa mu kantu kali akava mu mbidde. Pulezidenti abagambye likakasiddwa era nga likolera ddala bulungi. Okiba Pulezidenti aba vidiyo bali ready? Aba vidiyo
kale mutulage. Birabika bulungi oba nzizi? Okay, katuule. Balaga kinga mwanzi biraba. Okay, Kira Motors. Okay.